Imagine checking your inbox every morning, heart pounding. Invitation to apply. For thousands around the world, that message means the difference between staying where you are and stepping into a brighter future in Australia. But what if I told you that the chance of receiving that invitation might depend less on luck and more on which state you chose to apply through? As 2025 unfolds, some Australian states are zooming ahead in issuing EOIs, expressions of interest, leaving others trailing behind. Which states are cutting through the red tape fastest? Which ones are closing their doors almost before many realize they were even open? And importantly, what can you do to position yourself in a place where the waiting game is shorter, the criteria are clearer, and your chances are real? Let's dive in. By the end of this, you'll know not just which states are fastest, but why and how you might shift your strategy for a quicker invitation. Australia's fastest states for EOI invitations in 2025. In-depth details. Below are insights based on the latest data, 2024 to 25. Up to mid-2025, which states are issuing invitations swiftly, which are nearly full, what the processing times look like, and strategies savvy applicants are using. State of territory status as of mid-2025 speed. Remaining places, what's driving the pacer keynotes. Victoria, VIC, almost closed for both subclass. 190 and 491 nominations. Very few places remain, slow to close, very competitive. High number of applicants. Because it's a popular state, the demand is high. Also strict criteria and high competition for priority occupations. If you're applying, you need a very strong profile and minimal paperwork delays. South Australia, SA, also largely closed or close to it. Very few spots left for both major nominations, moderately fast earlier. But now the pace has slowed as they approach capacity. SA tends to run multiple streams, general, graduate, etc. Earlier, when quotas were more open, invitations moved faster. Now the push is to finalise before the program year ends. Queensland, almost there, only a few nomination spots left. Invitations still happening but rapidly declining in number. High demand plus many applicants competing. If your occupation is on their priority list and your EOI is strong, there's still hope, but action must be swift. Western Australia, WA, more room than Victoria, SA or Queensland, still issuing nominations with more capacity. WA seems to be one of the faster states now, if your profile matches what they want. Some priority occupation invitations happening with relatively less backlog. The WA system has well-defined priority streams, such as WASML equals Western Australia Skilled Migration Occupation List. And they give weight to whether you're residing in WA or offshore, whether you belong to priority industries. That gives some applicants an edge. Tasmania, TS, ACT, Northern Territory, NT, these smaller jurisdictions had some remaining spots but with greater constraints. NT is confirmed closed in many streams. Some of the smaller ones still allow EOIs but with much stricter requirements or limited occupation lists. For people who meet very specific criteria, e.g. job offers, priority skills. These places could be fast lanes, but for many the opportunities are narrower. Smaller states tend to have fewer applicants and sometimes faster processing for niche occupations, but they also run out of quotas earlier or limit invitations to certain streams, job offer, regional, etc. Why some states are faster? Here are the factors that make certain states move more quickly than others in sending EOI invitations. 1. Available nomination quotas versus demand. States with large quotas and fewer applications for priority occupations tend to issue faster invitations. Once quotas fill up, the pace slows or stops, e.g., VIC and SA nearing capacity. 2. Priority occupation lists or industry shortages. States that have declared skill shortages in certain sectors, healthcare, construction, aged care, etc., tend to fast-track EOIs in those occupations. If you are in a priority occupation, your chances of speed improve. WA is doing this. 3. resident vs offshore applicants. Whether you're already living in the state, regional or onshore, often helps. Some states give preference or priority to applicants already in the state. For those offshore, longer waits or more competition may apply. 4. State processing or administrative efficiency. How quickly state governments can process nominations, review ROIs or EOIs, check documentation, etc. Smaller states or ones with fewer applicants often have less bottleneck. But when many people apply at once, as in VIC, NSW, delays build up. 5. Year-end effects and quota caps. As the program year, July-June, nears its end, many states close or nearly close their nomination streams. If your EOI isn't ready by then, you might miss inviting rounds entirely. 2024 to 25 is showing that nearly all states are pushing to finalize nominations. What this means for you: strategy tips. Act early and monitor state portal updates. Keep track of when states open or close streams. Whether you need to submit additional registration of interest, ROI, in addition to your EOI. Check priority occupation status in each state. Being in a high-need area helps a lot. If eligible, apply via states with more capacity left, e.g. WA. Maybe Tasmania depending on your occupation. Ensure documents are ready and accurate. Delays often come from incomplete or incorrect paperwork. Multiple EOIs or states in your name. If you meet criteria for more than one state, consider lodging EOIs where you have chance. But pay attention to state-specific rules, e.g. ROI, residence requirement. Final takeaway. The 2025 EOI trend reveals a clear, analytical divide between high demand and high efficiency states in Australia's skilled migration framework. The difference lies not just in the number of invitations issued, but in the strategic alignment of state priorities with Australia's national labour shortages. Victoria and South Australia, despite being the most sought-after destinations, have seen slower invitation rates due to overwhelming demand and stringent selection filters. Their approach reflects a quality over quantity model, focusing on critical occupations rather than mass invitations. This demonstrates a mature, controlled migration strategy, but one that inevitably increases waiting periods. In contrast, Western Australia stands out as the fastest and most balanced state in 2025. It has maintained steady nomination rounds, driven by clear occupation lists and a focus on sectors like healthcare, mining, and infrastructure. The state's policy transparency and quota management suggest a data-driven approach that prioritizes regional development without compromising applicant quality. Queensland, while competitive, still issues invitations at a moderate pace due to its targeted migration strategy, favoring high-skill applicants and regional engagement. Meanwhile, Tasmania, ACT, and NT adopt micromobility frameworks, smaller in volume, but more adaptive to niche skill shortages, offering faster processing for the right candidates. From an analytical perspective, 2025 proves that EOI speed is a reflection of policy discipline, economic demand, and quota flexibility rather than chance. States that maintain clear occupational priorities, automated assessment systems, and consistent nomination rounds are the ones that move fastest. In essence, the fastest state is not just the one issuing the most invitations, but the one that aligns immigration with workforce gaps efficiently and transparently. For applicants, this means the winning strategy in 2025 is not chasing popular states, but targeting the most responsive ones.